Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
In the headlines, a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Barbara Daly, has encouraged Dominican farmers to enhance their standards, quality and consistency. In the news from the region, Barbados' economy records 3.9% growth despite challenges, and internationally, Britain identifies its first case of a new Mpox variant. The details of these stories and more coming up next.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
DBS News.
And welcome back. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Barbara Daly, has encouraged Dominican farmers to enhance their standards, quality and consistency. She says if Dominica is to contribute $700 million to the gross domestic product or GDP from agriculture by 2030, standards must be at the forefront of farmers' enterprise.
By now, you must be in tune with government's ambitious journey to reclaim its position as the food basket of the Caribbean. This endeavor is fueled by the recent policy to attain a contribution of $700 million to GDP from the agricultural and trade sectors by 2030. On the regional front, the effort aligns with CARICOM's objective to reduce food imports to the region by 20% by 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, we all agree that this target, which we have set ourselves, is no doubt an ambitious one. The importance of standards, 2, the importance of quality, and 3, the importance of consistency. The importance of standards in fresh produce, to include the blue economy, ensures that our products and services are safe for consumption, hence reducing the foodborne illnesses. Standards also help to maintain a certain level of quality, as it is important for consumer protection and trust, and that makes it easier for trade. Additionally, standard provides guidelines and help farmers develop practices and increase yields, and at the same time protect the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to reintroduce to you the Dominica Bureau of Standards.
Mrs. Daly says the work of the Bureau of Standards is imperative to the development of a national quality standards.
The Bureau continues to improve the global competitiveness of Dominica's goods and services through the development of standards. Currently, there are 21 published national standards with a list of others in progress, spanning key industries like agriculture, manufacturing, tourism, health and safety, among others. Currently, there are 8 draft codes of practice for 7 priority agricultural crops open for public review and feedback. How many of you knew that? They are all on the Bureau's website, but how many farmers, after had this work, go to the Bureau's website? I therefore charge Dexia to collaborate with the Bureau of Standards and the Ministry of Agriculture to ensure that all stakeholders in the sector are knowledgeable of these new codes of practice as a matter of urgency. Secondly, quality. In today's reality, the quality of what you produce is what will determine how long you will remain in the market.
And that was a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Barbara Daly. And Dominica will soon see the implementation of a comprehensive national dementia plan. That's according to newly appointed president of the Dominica Dementia Foundation, Varun Nicholas. Nicholas says the plan will introduce new policies which seek to improve the quality of life of people affected by dementia.
So with the National Dementia Plan, it's a document, first of all, which will stipulate things about what policy in terms of caregiving policy, what kind of policy to implement. It will also help to identify, create or establish early diagnosis guidelines and protocols, which I believe is very critical for our environment here in Dominica. In terms of raising awareness, we need to be able to not just say, oh, there's dementia, but to understand how dementia creeps up on a person. Just that. I think the most important part too is that the government will be involved. You can definitely say, okay, we need to have trained professionals in these areas, so let's set aside an amount of money for a scholarship for persons who can study in these areas. And I mean, that would greatly enhance our country. And you also have, in terms of identifying whatever else we need in the environment, and money is being set aside to have these things in place.
Meantime, Nicholas says there are a number of challenges affecting individuals living with dementia in Dominica.
We face quite a bit. For one, lack of specialized care. And most important part too is the burden on the families and the healthcare system. There are persons who have some level of capability in terms of caring for persons living with dementia. But the fact is that persons still do not understand how dementia affects the brain. Some medical professionals themselves, they may get certain things wrong. I'm not a medical professional, but what I'm saying is in terms of dealing with persons, somebody who lives with it, you try to figure out what is really going on. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to understand. However, what I think is that as a society, we need to be more mindful. We need to bring that back because we need each other. When a family member is living with dementia, we need the village to step in. The caregivers as well, which is very important, as well as just checking on the person living with dementia. They don't need to be shut aside. They need to be inclusive. I think that's the most important part because that will also help slow down the impact of dementia.
And that was the newly appointed president of the Dominica Dementia Foundation, Varun Nicholas. And Finance Minister Dr. Irvin McIntyre has renewed a call for Dominicans to support local products and services. Dr. McIntyre made the call whilst addressing Market Day with a Difference in Roseau this week.
I wish to take this opportunity to encourage you once again to consume local products and services. This is a call that the Honorable Prime Minister has echoed time and time again, and I am sure you will agree it is the right decision for all of us here. By choosing local, we contribute to a sustainable future for Dominica. We will continue to support the efforts of our farmers, fishers, and vendors in our collective endeavor to increase the consumption of local foods and the purchase of local goods and services. As a government, it is our duty and honor to support initiatives that uplift our local producers. We are committed to increasing access to resources, ensuring fair pricing, and exploring ways to promote local produce beyond Dominica's borders.
And that was the Minister for Finance, Dr. Irvin McIntyre. And a teacher at the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School has been named the 2024 UE Global Campus Valedictorian. Mrs. Kellyanne Stedman is the fifth Dominican to attain this honor, following the footsteps of Minister of State with specific responsibility for entrepreneurship and small business development Darren Pinard, Kirk Edwards, Novinia Isaac, and Yudi John. Stedman says she hopes to inspire others with her newest accolade.
I am truly elated to be named the valedictorian of the UWI Global Campus. This achievement means so much to me as it is a testament of my hard work, my dedication, and the sacrifices I've made throughout this journey. It is also an honor to represent the graduating class of 2024 and be an ambassador of such a prestigious institution which has served the Caribbean region for over 75 years. So it is both a humbling and empowering moment for me. I also consider this moment as an opportunity to bring positive recognition not only to the UWI Global Campus, but to our local Dominica sites and also to my country by extension. And I must say I look forward to the avenues it will create for me to inspire others.
Stedman also encourages individuals to pursue tertiary education.
The benefits of pursuing tertiary education go far beyond gaining academic knowledge. In my experience, I saw immense growth in both my soft skills and interpersonal abilities, and it also gave me the opportunity to do some deep introspection. So I would encourage anyone to pursue tertiary education as it contributes to holistic development, helping you not only to advance in your field but also become a more well-rounded individual. And if someone feels that they may not be ready academically, I would also encourage them to make a start and explore the various short courses offered by UWI Global Campus throughout the academic year. These courses provide a great foundation to prepare individuals for a degree program.
And that was the 2024 UWI Global Campus valedictorian Kellyanne Stedman. 1,168 students of the UWI Global Campus will be honored through a virtual graduation ceremony on Saturday, 9th November 2024. And Treasurer of the Tipper Truckers Association, Anton Laville, has announced that they have secured employment with the International Airport Project. Tipper Truckers Association staged a protest action at Canefield earlier this month, forcing the authorities to address the concerns of a lack of employment. The truckers then met Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, where an agreement was reached.
Yeah, as you all have noticed yesterday, the Tipper Truckers Association, the Dominican trucks, I must say, started hauling cement from the port in Roseau to the new airport site. Over the past few days after the protest action that took place at Kinsale, we were negotiating with the with MMCE and the Chinese contractors as to secure employment for our Dominican trucks. We came to an agreement where we will be hauling 240 tons per day. So this means that the Dominican truckers along with the Chinese trucks will be hauling the cement to the airport site. I would like to say special thanks to the Dominican people for their overwhelming support that they have given us. This has been a very long and tiring process of begging the authorities for employment for the Dominican truckers. We were left with no choice after we took the protest action in Canefield. Really and truly, sometimes to make an omelette, you have to break an egg. For starters, we are a bit pleased and we're excited to see the trucks doing something. All we have been asking for over the past years was something very simple, just to create employment for truckers.
Mr. Laville says, however, the authorities need to work with them to ensure that they have better trucks on the road.
We do not have the best trucks on the island. However, we do think that the authorities can do much more to assist the Dominicans to ensure that we have better trucks. The Prime Minister came forward and he said that he will be willing to work with us towards that. We hope he keeps his word and ensure that the Dominicans, we have better trucks on the road. So once again, thanks to all the Dominican people who supported us in one way or the other.
And that was the Treasurer of Tipper Truckers Association, Anton Laville. And on the feature segment of tonight's news, we focus on the Dominica Arts and Craft Producers Association. They are an organization of about 20 members who reside here and abroad. Member Rosamond Telemack says they are able to put their resources together for the good of all members, as Rosamond Telemack of the Dominica Arts and Craft Association is our feature on the evening news.
We are a home-based family of maybe about 20 artisans are doing our work at home, but we go to activities everywhere, including traveling to countries when they invite us to art shows and so.
Give me an idea, what are some of the things that you all do?
We do wooden beads, bamboo, coconut shell. Different people does different items, like who doing fabric, who doing leather. For instance, the president does leather, like belts and key rings and stuff in leather, yeah. And I do with the fabric part, like anything up to sewing or to crafting fabric.
But what was the reason behind forming this organization?
Well, I came into the organization about 5 years ago and I met the organization going. But to me, I find it's profitable, it's okay. And then, everybody just have to do what they have to do to hold up to the end of the bargain.
Did you say it's family oriented? Is just family members part of this?
No, just different people from all angles. Like we have members who left the organization and travel, but if we have a need for them, they show up every now and then.
What about sales?
Most of the members we sell online, and then you always have your favorite one or two customers that come directly to you looking for certain items that we are having, because we do local beads as well among the members. You know, like all the local beads in the forest, we have members doing all those beads and stuff like that.
What is so different about your organization?
Because we have a mixture of different people doing candles, oils, all kind of. So the association is based on a lot of different people doing different items. We have people doing cakes, we have people doing banana leaf, accessories, everything local.
Do you all make a living out of this, or these are just people who have their own work to the body?
Most of the people in the group, that's what they do on a daily basis, especially for we have about 5 members outside of Dominic, like in Guadeloupe, in St. Lucia. That's what they do for their living. Mm-hmm. So if it's a one time, like let's say let's call it that's a month of October for us to gather our finances together to reinvest, that's what we do. Mm-hmm. So every activity you might see us popping up, but that's how it is for the time. Yeah.
So you're saying this is a wonderful organization where people understand what they have to do and they come together to make it work.
To produce items, so when we go out, we can have stuff to sell. And for their own benefit, if somebody call or they want to sell online, that they have the item to sell to the persons.
And that was Rosamond Telemark of the Dominica Arts and Craft Association, taking us to the end of this evening's feature segment and National Focus. Up next is news from the region and international.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
DBS News.
And welcome back. Now news from the region. The Barbados economy has recorded 3.9% growth for the first 9 months of the year, defying global economic pressures and the adverse impacts of Hurricane Beryl. Barbados Central Bank Governor Dr. Kevin Greenidge today delivered an upbeat report that revealed the sustained growth was driven by robust activity in tourism, business services, and construction. He also pointed to strong performances in other key economic indicators. And internationally, Britain has detected its first case of new Mpox variants in the country's health security agency, as they stated today, adding that the risk to the population remained low. The variant is a new form of the virus that was declared a global health emergency by the World Health Organization in August after an outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo spread to neighboring countries in Africa. The case in a patient who had recently traveled to affected countries in Africa was detected in London. There have been cases of this Mpox variant reported in Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya, Sweden, India, and Germany, as well as the Congo. Well, this is the end of this evening's news. Up next is sports.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
And welcome to your evening sports for today, 30th October 2024. We begin with some athletics as the sports division will try again on Thursday to get the finals of the Independence Primary School Athletics finals underway. The event was scheduled to get underway on Wednesday but was postponed due to the inclement weather. The competition, which will see student athletes competing in 7 districts, will get underway on Thursday at Benjamin's Park.
Due to adverse weather conditions resulting in significant waterlogging at the Benjamin's Park in Portsmouth, the Primary School's Independence Athletics meet scheduled for today, October 30, 2024, has been postponed. The safety concerns for our young athletes and the integrity of the competition were paramount in this decision. The meet has been rescheduled to tomorrow, Thursday, October 31, 2024. All events will proceed as originally planned with the same start time and format. The sports division is monitoring the weather closely and will provide any further updates as needed. We appreciate the understanding and cooperation of all schools, athletes, coaches, and spectators as we ensure a safe and successful event tomorrow.
And that was Acting Sports Coordinator Edmund O'Dane. And Leeward Islands Hurricanes opener Justin Greaves hit the first century in the Regional Super 50 Overs tournament as the Leewards took down the West Indies Academy at that tournament, which continued Wednesday in Trinidad. Greaves hit an unbeaten 111, leading the Hurricanes to a score of 236 for 7 in their 50 overs. Jediah Blades picked up 3 for 49 for the Windies Academy. The young Windies, chasing 237, were bowled out for just 94 runs. Daniel Doram took 3 for 34 and Rakim Cornwall 2 for 22. The Leeward Island Hurricanes won by 142 runs. Meantime, Lenico Boucher hit a career best as the Barbados Pride beat the Jamaican Scorpions. Boucher got 73, Zachary McCaskey got 63, and Kyle Mayers 41 as Barbados made 260 for 8 in their 50 overs. Makwini Omendley took 3 for 43. Jamaica, in their turn at the crease, chasing a revised target of 225 from 37 overs, were bowled out for 199. Odin Smith top scored with 45. Jermaine Blackwood got 40. Jamel Warrican bagged 4 for 25. Dominic Drakes 3 for 34. And Naeem Young 1 for 10. Barbados won by 24 runs via the Duckworth-Lewis method. Meantime, Windward Volcanoes captain Sunil Ambrose has praised the character of his team following their 1-wicket win over Guyana last night. The Windwards came back from 58-5 to get 277 for 9 to win the match.
I must say before we get there, I want to thank the Heavenly Father because without him it would not have been possible. I mean, the way we bowl, we started, I think the first 40 or so overs, I think we bowled really well. But having said that, I think it slipped away from us in the last 10. And they got to a pretty decent score in 270 odd. And we didn't start properly with the bat. We were like 10 for 3 or something like that. But kudos to the lower order. I think they played really well. You know, and we've been training really hard and smart. And the lower order has been doing really a lot of work on the batting. So it shows here now. And I think the way Douglas and Descartes played, it was really, really special to watch. And in the end, Darrell Cyrus at Denver and even Gillan Tyson, I think it was really special.
Tell me a little bit about Dylan Douglas, pretty much an unknown, but he played a special innings tonight.
Yeah, he's extremely talented. He can actually do anything on the cricket field. He's a off spinner, keeper, bats really good, and he's a gun fielder in the field. So extremely talented young man.
And in terms of your overall game, are there any areas that you're focusing on for improvement as you move to your second match this season?
Yes, most definitely. I think the way we start with the bat as a team, that's really important, and the way we finish with the ball. So those are two really key areas we need to work on going forward.
And that was Windward Islands captain Sunil Ambrose. Meantime, Guyana captain Tevin Imlak says the team has to do better in closing out games.
I mean, we after starting having them 5 down and to allow them to come back, into the game, I think was, we were a bit lackadaisical. I felt we should have been better, but we learned from it and move forward.
Halfway stage, you set a target of 275 for the opposition. How did you feel about that batting effort?
I say very good. I mean, the pitch wasn't the easiest to bat on, but very challenging. So I think the batters assessed it very well, and we had a platform to launch from. So it allowed us to get to that target, that total that I felt like we should have defended.
If you had to pick one aspect of the game that let you down tonight, what will that be?
I think after we got those 5 wickets, we kind of, we were a bit laid back. Our bowlers didn't necessarily execute the way I guess they wanted to. It was a bit difficult, to be fair, with the red ball, with the dew coming into play. But yeah, I mean, we need to get better. We need to, because this is something we're going to have to deal with again. So.
And that was Guyana captain Tevin Imlach. The Super 50 tournaments continues Thursday with Guyana taking on the combined campuses and colleges. And West Indies captain Shea Hope is hoping the team can put the setbacks from Sri Lanka behind them and focus on getting the job done as their ODI series with England gets underway in Antigua on Thursday. The Windies lost a 3-match series 2-1 and have managed just one win in ODI cricket for 2024. The first ODI gets underway at 2 p.m. on Thursday.
For some reason, I just think that we find a way. I think that there's always a different buzz whether we play against England. We always love playing at home, so I think it's something that we always strive to defend home court. I just think the way we've prepped, the way we've planned, we just need to continue executing, and then the rest will take care of itself, all the results will take care of itself. Yeah, for sure. Well, we don't have the option of playing Champions Trophy this time, but we still definitely have to look ahead. We've got 2027 in our eyesight, but we have to take it stride by stride. It's important that we focus on each game at a time. We understand that every single game matters because points will get us up the rankings and give us an easier chance of qualifying. But yeah, we just need to make sure we focus on each game, each opposition that we play, and play our best cricket so we can win more consistently.
West Indies captain Shea Hope. The Windies team will be picked from Shea Hope, captain, Alzari Joseph, Jewel Andrew, Shimron Hetmeyer, Casey Carty, Roston Chase, Matthew Ford, Shama Joseph, Brandon King, Evan Luis, Gudakesh Moti, Shafane Rutherford, Jaden Sills, Romario Shepard, and Hayden Walsh Jr. Meantime, former secretary of the Dominica Cricket Association, Ainsworth Irish, says Alec Athena's omission to the West Indies team has come as no surprise to him.
I'm not surprised that Alec Athenas has been replaced by Hetmeyer for the ODIs versus England. As you know, we all want Athenas to continue to play for the West Indies, but he has not been scoring consistently, especially in the ODIs and even the T20s. So he has been replaced. I can only hope that he can regain his form. Just yesterday I was discussing his position on the West Indies team with a good friend of mine, and we are both saying that soon West Indies might relinquish him from at least the ODI in the interim if his score continues to be dismal. I hope he doesn't get dejected and he continues to work on his cricket. You have to really score your runs. You have been given a lot of opportunities and chances, and I think, he has to regroup. So Alec Athenas has been replaced by Hetmeyer. I hope he continues to play his cricket and to get back his form.
And that was a former secretary of the Dominica Cricket Association, Ainsworth Irish. And Athenas is in Trinidad for the Windwards team and is available for selection for their next match. And South African fast bowler Kagiso Rabada has leapfrogged Jasprit Bumrah, R. Ashwin and Josh Hazelwood to go to the top of the ICC's men's test bowling rankings after his 9-wicket haul in South Africa's first test against Bangladesh. Rabada took 3 wickets in Bangladesh's first innings, becoming the fastest to 300 test wickets in the process, and then returned figures for 6 for 46 as South Africa won their first test in Asia since 2014. Well, South Africa are also well on course to make it to 2 wins in a row as they hold a commanding position in the second test against Bangladesh. South Africa declared at 575 for 6 in their first innings. Tony Desori got 177, Tristan Stubbs 106, and Wian Mulder 105. Bangladesh were 38 for 4 at stumps on day 2. And in some football news here, Odell Francis netted a hat-trick as Promex Harlem United came from a goal down to get past the Belfast Estate Maho Soca Strikers as the DFA Premier League continued last night at the DFA Technical Centre. Harlem got 4 goals in the second half as they rallied to win the match 4-2. Sherlon Lewis also scored for Harlem. Shakim Joseph and Addison Dennis got the goals for Maho. With the win, Harlem has moved into 4th place in the point standings on 26 points. Meantime, the Soca Strikers remain in 8th place with 17 points and 1 more game to play. Football action continues tonight with league leaders Central Cooperative Credit Union, Tubla FC, taking on Petro Caribe Point Michelle at the DFA's Technical Centre. And wins for the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, the SMA, and the Dominica Grammar School as the Sports Division Secondary Schools football competition continued on Tuesday. In a game 1 of a double-header at Newtown in the Under-17 division, Isaiah Thomas Secondary School defeated the Goodwill Secondary School by 4-2. Allison Walter, Davidson Copel, Jaden Prosper, and Andre Pierre scored 1 goal each for ITSS. Diamond Dominic and Sheridan Gustav scored 1 goal each for GSS. In Game 2, St. Mary's Academy got past the Dominica Community High School and Ryan Academy combined 3-0. Conrad Simon got 2 goals and the other goal for SMA came courtesy at an own goal. Over at the Stock Farm in the Under-20 division, the Dominica Grammar School made light work of the Dominica State College B team 13-0. Angel Bellot and Neroy Packett scored 4 goals each. Chance Marshall got a hat-trick for the DGS. Well, this brings us to the end of this evening's news and sports. Special thanks to the DBS News and Sports team and link personnel. DJ Dr.
DJ Halo Boy?
That's the thing, you know. I know the customer calling you DJ, I just call you Doctor, you know. So, yeah, special link personnel to Dr. Labadi, you know what I mean? Much more than a DJ. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Our best wishes to DJ Halo Boy one time.
Oh, yes. Big up to DJ Halo Boy, Speedy Recovery King. Of course, your righteous vibes is always missed on the airwaves, yes?
Definitely.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Death announcement. I'm your presenter, Miguel Labadie. We announced the death of Loftus Lewis, better known as Collie and Farmer, age 64 of Wesley. He died on Tuesday, 22nd October. He was the father of one son, Kenny. He will be remembered by siblings Marianne, Belverton, Antoinette, Hendricks, Reynold and Rennick, numerous nephews, nieces and cousins. Life assistants Ada and the Lewis, Noel, Alfred, Telemark, Walsh, Joseph, Tavernier, Detouche, Edward, Leslie and Lawrence families. The body of the late Loftus Lewis, better known as Collie and Farmer of Wesley, can be viewed from 1:30 p.m. on Thursday, 31st October at the Wesley Catholic Church. The funeral mass will take place at 2 p.m. and will be followed by interment at the Wesley Catholic Cemetery. And the management and staff of the Dominica Broadcasting Corporation extend condolences to the families of the late Loftus Lewis of Wesley. And up next, we bring you the general announcements. Doasco informs customers from Glogomier to Sylvania, including Campbell and Layu Park, that their water supply will be interrupted on Thursday, 31st October, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. for the purpose of carrying out system maintenance. Doasco regrets any inconvenience which may be caused and thanks customers for their cooperation and understanding. The Dominica Essential Oils and Spices Cooperative Society Limited, in collaboration with the Rotary Club of Dominica, will hold an educational meeting to facilitate the restoration of the Bay Oil distilleries with all members and producers of Bay Oil from La Plaine, Botica and Dalis on Thursday, November 7 at the Dalis Primary School from 4 p.m. Transportation arrangements will be made available for members from Botica, La Plaine and Dalis. Mr. Philip Geist will transport members from La Plaine and Botica. Mr. Kennedy Williams will transport members from Dalis. Please be guided accordingly. And join the Dominica Agricultural, Industrial and Development Bank in celebration of its 53rd anniversary. The Aid Bank expresses deepest appreciation to its valued customers for your contribution towards economic development. Visit the Aid Bank on Goodwill Road on Thursday, 31st October and Friday, 1st November, where they will provide valuable information on their latest offerings to help you achieve your financial goals. Also on display will be products financed by the Aid Bank. The first 100 guests will receive a special gift. Let's have that conversation. The general announcements. B47, let's find out what's on the entertainment calendar.
The Swinging Stars Band and the Fort Young Hotel presents our annual Independence Dance, Sunday, November 3rd, 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. $60 in advance and $80 at the gate. The number one dance band, Swinging Stars, at the Fort Young Hotel. Zaddy Chess, Tasha P, Sunday, November 3rd, the annual Independence Dance. See you there! Tickets are available at the Fort Young Hotel and from the members of the Swinging Stars Band.
Calling all fetters. Saturday, November 2nd is the Swinging Stars Band at the Realm. 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Only $40 in advance, $50 at the gate. Come be entertained by Daddy Chess, Tasha B and the legendary Swinging Stars, alongside DJ Snow, DJ Sly. It's the Realm, Saturday, November 2nd. Put on your madras and come. Tickets available at the Realm or members of the Swinging Stars Band.
And that's what's on.
It's always a better choice. My one and only station.
DBS Radio.
Boy, Sarah, again. Somebody
Let's head up north for a few minutes. Rice Man comes in later. Off the field. Followed by DBS Automation. As Mervyn D won't be in this evening. Sarah Mix from the North rolling. Yes, I. Keep it locked on the DBS, you know.
tell them